Hello, my name is Mike Pilgrim. I'm the photo editor at the Orange County Register. This was the big fire that we hoped would never happen, but feared would. The first photographer to call in was Mindy Shower. It was her day off, but she knew it was bad. Her car's front fender and tires melted as she continued to photograph the fires through Monday. What you're going to hear now is the first-hand accounts of the Register photographers on the front lines of the Santiago fire.
Hi, my name is Daniel Anderson. I'm a staff photographer at the Orange County Register. And what I try to do when covering a fire such as the Santiago fire is find that point in time, that intersection where the force of nature, in this case the fire, and humanity come together. And at that intersection is where these pictures are made.
Hi, I'm Bruce Chambers. Tuesday morning, what looked like hell came to Majeska Canyon. In my 28-year career, I've covered hundreds of fires, but I've never stood in front of a home and watched it burn to the ground, all by myself, not a soul about, nobody even to say, that's awful, nobody to cry. And I stood there as I watched propane tanks blow, gas lines blow, until there was nothing left but frame. It was a truly sad moment, as I knew I was watching decades of family memories burn to the ground.
This is Mike Goulding, and every time I cover one of these major brush fires, I am forever impressed with the size, destructive force, and the raw natural beauty of these fires. I'm impressed with the homeowners who stand in front of their houses with little garden hoses defending them against this monster, the firefighters who treat those same houses as if they were their own, the pilots who fly their craft so dangerously close to the fire in an effort to put it out that they put their own lives in peril. It creates an unusual world of human drama that I hope to capture at least an essence of.
This is Jeb Harris, and the most poignant moment of the Santiago fire for me was when Raquel Protitz had returned to her son's Silverado Canyon home to find it unburned. She became so emotional she fell to her knees and prayed right there on the front porch. The other thing that struck me was Monday when we were flying over the fire. Before it had crossed Santiago Canyon Road, I didn't see any aircraft in the air fighting it. By Tuesday it had crossed the road. Majeska Canyon was burning, including Jim Carter's landmark dome house.
This is Leonard Ortiz. There are two lasting impressions I have from the Santiago fires. One is how a fire transforms the familiar into this alien world where this orange-yellow sunlight breaking through the dense smoke gives an eerie cast to everything. It's kind of a beauty amongst the tragedy. But the more lasting impression, though, is being witness to the emotions of the people that are directly affected by the fires, such as homeowners running down the street carrying possessions, or the 80-year-old man telling police, "I will not leave my home," or how I felt when seeing a volunteer fireman who owns a home on Majeska Canyon watch helplessly as the fires advance on his canyon and his home.
Hello, my name is Kevin Sullivan, and I covered 2 days of the Santiago fire based mostly in Silverado Canyon. They were 2 relatively quiet days for me after the panic of the initial evacuations and destruction that I wasn't there to see. I spent a little time with the folks who refused to leave Silverado Canyon, and want to thank them for their hospitality and for letting me into their lives just a little while in their time of panic and need.
This is Marilyn Young. My experiences were varied throughout the week of the fire. At Camp Pendleton, firefighters appeared calm as they set back fires along the 5 freeway. At a Red Cross evacuation center in Lake Forest, I met Mark Vineyard fondly holding his 20-year-old cat, Catmandu, along with other Fallbrook evacuees protecting their loved ones. And most uniquely was David Burton with his great-grandmother's china he sealed in a trunk with water that he wanted to bury in Silverado Canyon.
This is Steve Zilas. I headed into the canyon on Tuesday afternoon, going to various places. Although the whole system of canyons seemed to be on fire, I ended up in Majeska Canyon, and in one picture the setting sun seemed to be churning out angry smoke. I headed up Majeska Great Road toward the source of the smoke to find a house aflame and firefighters in full combat mode. This was the second time that day that house had caught fire.
Hi, this is Eugene Garcia. I was a still photographer and a video photographer during the fires, and although you've seen some very powerful images in this slideshow, I think you can never capture the full intensity of the fire and the blaze and the smoke, the suffocating nature of the experience through photos. You have to be there in person to really experience what the firefighters are going through.
And I hope these images help you to understand the harrowing conditions they faced and the massive nature of this fire.